What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Adrenaline Motorsports and RCs. If this is your first time here, welcome to Adrenaline Motorsports and RCs, and please hit that like button, subscribe for more content that's going to be coming up. So for starters, for starting off the video, let's get going with the Land Rover. So I have gotten the suspension for the Land Rover. It was the wrong size that I needed, but I had gotten it. So let's start off. All right, here we go. So I had gotten these shocks for it. Yeah. So I had gotten these shocks for it that I believe you can put oil in them. At least that's what it said when I ordered them. I think they're from Endura. Basically, I'm using these shocks as mock-ups till I get better ones. These are Endura shocks that I had ordered. These are actually 80 millimeter, and they are too long for this application of the Land Rover. So what I ended up doing is basically order the same shocks but in 70 millimeter. And what I came to find out was the shocks for the 70 millimeter that I had ordered for it actually brought the axles, the wheels, closer to the body, so exactly where I wanted it to be. Because when I had put the 80 millimeters on, the wheels were sticking out, were way too high, and I didn't like it. I'm trying to get this Land Rover to sit pretty much stock to a 1-to-1. And I really wasn't liking the whole idea of I really wasn't liking the whole idea of it looking like a lifted truck, basically. At least not this case, not in this case, not for this setup that I want. So let me go ahead and show you what I have done so far with this build and where we're at. So here's the body. So what I have done so far is I have gotten the bottom links put on, and of course I got the shocks put on the truck, the chassis. So once I put it on here, this is basically going to sit not where I want it to be. So I still have to adjust these, I still have to adjust the links on them. I measured them out the first time and they were good. Now they're not, unless I put this body not where I wanted it, chassis not where I wanted it to be. And my measurement came off wrong. So, just for you guys to see where we're at. Right there. As you guys can see, where the wheel... Whoa. Calm down, buddy. Stop moving. So, as you guys can see, where the wheel is sitting and the wheel well is, that's pretty much exactly where I want that wheel to be. Would I have liked it to have gone a little bit lower? Yes. But I can suffice with this. I can definitely deal with the way the wheels are sitting, where the wheels are sitting in the wheel well, which is great. It's great. I can definitely deal with that. It's not bad. It looks stock-ish, like it has a little lift kit or something to it, but I can definitely deal with that. what I definitely need to do now, is basically readjust these links, because where I just put the chassis where it's supposed to go, and the wheels are actually hitting the body. So all I have to do is just some minor adjustments with the links, the lower links, and the upper links I still have to make. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. I also have gotten the front shocks for the front of the axles. They're, I forget what size they are, 60, 50 millimeter. The reason that they are so short is basically because that's basically where they're going to sit. The reason they're so short is basically because, yep, that's where it's got to sit. I'm sorry. The reason they're so short is basically because I don't really have room in the front of the body where the chassis is sitting. I don't really have room to put longer shocks on. So I have these little short ones, which they are actually kind of stiff. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but they are. I'm using some force here. They're kind of stiff. No, they are not. I know they are not crawling shocks for crawling, but this isn't a crawler anyway. This is a trail truck that I'm building. I know what I have to do here is I actually have to extend these rear links. I put them together just to see. They were actually supposed to be right, but they didn't turn out to be right. And now that I have, basically I have the chassis sitting where I want it to sit, now all I have to do is just do a little adjustment here with the links, and I can see exactly where the wheels are going to be, and I can make links. Pretty much that's it right there. Right now where it's at, it's pretty much it, my friend. You can stay right there. Alright, let's try this one. I think I have got it. Well, just right now it's just little minor adjustments that basically I gotta do until I get the wheel to where I want it to be, and then I will cut a new rod. Alright, so this one looks good. Now I have to redo this one here. Basically a new rod. I'll have to cut a new rod basically so I can get the right length, and this thing will be sitting exactly where I want it to sit, because right now she's being a kind of a pain in the butt. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Alright, so I just adjusted the links, and that wheel there can pretty much go back a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy where it's at. Now all I'll have to do is just measure this out here, where these links are at. As you guys can see the link right here. I'll just have to measure from the end link to the end link. I'll have to measure from the end link to the end link so I can get a new rod cut, which I have rods here. Sorry, my neck. I have a rod here. I'm now basically measure this one out, measure them both out, so I can basically get this one lined up. So yeah, the other issue that I actually came across was when I went to do the upper links on the chassis. Let's put this back here. Alright, so I went to do the upper links on the chassis. And what had happened was I only had these end links right here. I only had these end links here. You guys can see. These are the only end links that I ended up buying, which are straight. Which is fine. It's fine. So what I did was basically one of these links. Screw that on like so. Alright, there we go. Grab my screw that I have here to basically hold the links for right now. Here we go. Alright. Put this link in here. Let me show you guys what I'm doing here. Sorry for the mess on the table. But again, like I said, I've kind of put this truck on hold. I'm just coming back to it again. So we're now trying to get where the links are going. Here we go. I finally got it. It's actually kind of tight. Stay there. So now I'm just trying to figure out where the hole is. So I can get this on right. Oh, damn it. Looks like I might have to go up a little bit more. See, the thing is, I already had this thing in here once before. And now it's giving me an issue. Why? I don't know. But I've already had the link in here already. Alright, but anyway. So, the issue I was having was that's as far as the link is going to wind up going to the side. So you guys can see. Alright, so there's the link. I can't take it over anymore. And the only spot that there is for this upper link is to attach it on the chassis somewhere, which is probably going to be, there's a screw right here. There's actually a screw right here. Or you can probably see it on this side here. How about I do this? Alright, so as you guys can see, there's a screw right there. Right there. That link is supposed to attach on the inside of the chassis right here. Now, that right there is as far as this link is going to go. So what I needed to do, which I have here somewhere, don't know where, here we go. So what I have to do is I got to get one of these angled end links to be able to put on here. So let's take this one out. Let's take this off because kind of not going to be using these right now. So set that to the side, put this rod here to the side. So what I basically need is to get this link. Of course, this link is going to go in here easily. Put the screw in the hole. That's what she said. Nah. Alright, so there we go. So what I need now is to get another one of these angled links. Put it on here so I can be able to screw it into the chassis. Issue that I have now is I only have 2 of these. So I actually have to order, which I actually ordered already. I already ordered more of them. So I already ordered more of them. I'm just waiting for them to come in. I believe they should be coming in tomorrow. What today? The 6th, I think. October 6th. So they should be coming in October 7th. The length for this rod here, which is M3, 3mm. These that are right here are 4mm. These are 3. I kind of rather use the 4mm. I ordered a 3mm because I have this, and I figure why not? So I'm waiting for these angled. As you guys can see right there in front of my face. I'm waiting for these angled end links to come in so I can continue on doing the upper links, and then I need them also to do the links in the front. So with the links that I have, with these end links that I have now, I don't have enough to do these upper links for the front and rear. So I'm kind of have this on hold right now because I don't have the end links for it. So let's continue on, continuing on. What I also have done, am also going to do, is the shock towers. For this chassis is actually from a G-Mate sawback. It's actually from a G-Mate sawback. The towers that they use for the shock towers that they use for this chassis is this one right here. That bad boy is long. It is approximately, oh, this thing is dead. That's great. It is approximately, come on, about 42 millimeters tall. So this is 42 millimeters tall, and what I did, I literally just had it here, found it. So what I did was, because I'm going to putting this on the front of the because I'm going to be putting it on the front of the chassis, and the chassis is already really close to the body. So what I did was I got some aluminum, traced out this, basically just put it on top of there, trace that out. As you guys can see, it's already marked. So basically just put it on, traced it out so I could basically, and what I did, the holes, these 2 holes on the bottom, the 2 markings there on the bottom are actually, if you guys see, they actually line up, so I can still use the same holes, so that they're same spaced out on here that'll fit on the chassis, so I don't have to sit here and guess, which hopefully that works. And the only reason that I'm going to be using this is basically for the main fact that the chassis is really close to the top of the, basically the hood of the truck. So that's basically where I'm at right now. I got back into doing the the Land Rover. Hummer's over there. I just finished that. That was like the biggest project that I had. That started started this YouTube channel actually. If you guys haven't seen my last videos, the last video that I did for, which was actually part one of the Land Rover build, these axles that I got are actually axles from a CMX or CST CMX, I believe. I had ordered them from RC Mart, and with everything that had happened with the whole coronavirus, I actually had to wait 3 months in order to get these in from RC Mart. I believe they're in Japan. I'm trying to see. Yes, MST. These axles are. I have the box right here. So I got the front and rear axles, MST CMX. They are actually the exact width. Let me see here. Whew. From hex to hex, it's actually 166 millimeters with the width of the tires that I'm using for this. It is the exact size that I needed for the Land Rover, which works out perfectly. Works out perfectly. So I gotta measure out the lengths here. The way I'm gonna be measuring them out, basically, it's, if you guys haven't done it, I know there's a lot of guys that are actually intimidated with making lengths. Don't be. Really, don't be. What I normally do is I will, in this case, this is different. Here's how I normally do it. So I will basically set up the chassis in the body, and I'll basically just grab the rod, screw the end link on. Basically, I'll show you guys exactly how I do it. Just screw the end link on like I'm doing right now. I put the body on the chassis. I'm sorry, I put the chassis on the body, and I basically hook up an end link on one side and screw the other end link on the other side, and basically set the wheels on. I'll do that on both sides, and I'll adjust the rear axles to where I want them to be in the body. And I have these clamps here that I will basically put a screw in to hold that link in place, and I'll grab one of those clamps and basically clamp the rod and this here and the end link together and get that size. For this scenario, what I'm going to do here, because I already had cut these links out, these rods. I had already cut these rods that I thought worked to length of the Land Rover. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to set this bad boy on top of it right there. I'll let you guys come in a little closer so you can see exactly how I'm doing this. So I'll basically just sit. You see right in here, there's a divot right here. Right there, there's a little divot right there. What I'll do is I'll basically put this right at the edge where that divot starts. Hold it. Just let it sit on top of it. And basically where the divot ends, where the divot starts on the other link, I'm just going to mark it here with my permanent marker. And I hope you guys can see that where I marked it. Yep, see that right there? That's where I marked it. Boom, there's one link for the one side. And then I'll do the same thing on this side here to end up getting making the link for it. Now the cut, again guys, sorry for my messy table, but again, I haven't really done anything. I mean, I'm in my garage. I haven't really done anything with this for the past couple days. So if nobody has ever told you, I'm going to tell you now. Measure twice, cut once. Measure 3 times, cut once. Measure 4, 5, 6. It doesn't matter. Just measure. That was my mistake. The way I did these links, I thought I had the chassis on the body where I wanted it to be. Apparently I didn't. So, there we go. Apparently I didn't, and now when I went to put it back on the body, because I didn't after I had cut the links, the links are wrong. So I have to cut new links. I mean, it's not that bad. I have my my Dremel here. What I'll do is, I'm not going to show you guys cutting it because who wants to see somebody cutting metal rod? So there we go. Turn on the Dremel. All right. Always wear safety glasses when you're cutting with metal, because you don't want to get these shards in your eye. It's very painful. I've had it done. It hurts a lot. So now that I got the rod cut, put it back on here. At least it looks really short. I hope that I cut the right size. Yes, I did. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is basically get the rod, put it on there, and grab my marker wherever that is. So now what I'll do is I'll just basically put the length that I cut, the rod that I cut up against the other rod that I'm going to cut, grab my marker, and basically mark it where it has to get cut. Put that bad boy there before I end up losing that, because my table's so big here. My desk, table, whatever you want to call it. It's basically just a piece of wood. Alright, anyway. So, there's a marking. And let's get to cutting again. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls. Before I do anything with that, I'm going to leave it, let it cool off a little bit, because that is a little hot. So, sorry for all the noise. So, let's go on ahead, take one of these off. And, I'm actually going to save these that I had cut. So, you can tell they're the big difference. The one on this one right here is the new one that I just cut compared to that one, the smaller one. As you guys can see. That makes a big difference. So let's go on ahead, and this one is the first one that I cut. Put this on. Where's the other link? It's over here somewhere. Over here somewheres. Somewheres. Okay. Oh, that's why I couldn't find the other link. Because it's on the axle. Smart one. Alright. So, go ahead and screw it on here. And one more turn for good luck. Alright. Now let's put the screw in wherever that is. Here it is. To hold it in place. Alright, there's the one. Now here's the other new one that I just cut. Let's take the screw off of here, and I'm basically just going to do the exact same thing. Just unscrew it from the axle. Unscrew the link off of here. Check the height. You know, because you don't want to mix them up. The sizes, so it really is a very big difference in size, guys. It really is. Very, very big difference. I mean, you're looking at $6 mm difference. 6 mm is a lot. So, again, and link on one side. Screw that in. Grab the other side. Screw that in. Alright. Put it in the hole. So she said. There we go. Voila. Grab the body. Put that there. Let me put this chassis exactly where it's going to go. Okay. And there it is. There it is. Yes, it is too close to the front. I noticed. I've noticed that. I'm not going to mess with the links anymore. What I'm going to wind up doing is I'll just move the chassis back a little bit. That's basically all I'm going to do. There's these little pins from the plastic on the inside of the body where I had the box, the electric box, basically sitting in there. What I'll wind up doing is I have them there just to center it from side to side and front to back. What I'll wind up doing is I'll chop that off so this chassis can basically sit down a little bit lower. Actually, I might not even do that. I might actually leave that because when I go to put these on, basically I hope to have room, and I do. So basically I'll be able to screw these on. Actually, even when I okay, this will work. I'm actually going to leave it like that. I'm actually going to leave it like that. So this bad boy just has to get centered there. Alright, so there you have it. There's links that you can make on your own. And boom. There you go, that's it. Now for the fronts is where I'm going to have to be really careful when I go to do the fronts. Because, again, I can't be like, oh, well, I can just move the chassis forward or backward anymore. No, you can't do that because you already have the yeah, I'm going to have to adjust these links again. At least the one. There's one here that I'm going to have to readjust. You already have the links set up to where you need them to be. And here's the other thing. I can still adjust these links because what's actually going to keep them in place of where I want this thing to be is, if I can find it. I have it over here somewhere. Where? I don't know. But I know I have them here. So you can actually, for instance, those first links that I cut, these ones that I cut, I could have used them still, but I wasn't going to because, kind of find out, they were 6 millimeters shorter, and that's not really what you want. You kind of want them, you kind of want your links to be the size that they should be. All right, got it right here in front of my face. So these links, I can still adjust them front to back. I can still adjust them. I can, where I need them to be. I can still do that. If need be, what I can also do is throw a little bit, not too much. I can throw a little bit of Loctite. That's the word I'm looking for. I can throw some Loctite, a little bit of Loctite on these. What's really going to hold these links together, the length that you need it, so it doesn't keep unscrewing, and it shouldn't. These threads should not loosen up or anything. I have some aluminum tubing. They are pretty freaking long. And this is what I'm going to use for my links. So what I'll do is basically get the tube, line it up there to where exactly where both end links are at. Mark it up, cut it, put the sleeve on, and boom. Put the tube on, and there you go. There you have it. You made your own links. That is how I have been making my links. So right now, alright, so this side is actually good. That side I'm going to have to adjust a little. And then once I get these where I want them to be, I should be able to get those tubes cut. There it is right there. But I don't want to cut them yet until I get the upper links done. Once I get the upper links done, then yes, I will cut them out. I'll cut them out and put them exactly where I need them to go. And I'll have some nice looking links. So for right now, all I'm doing is basically just adjusting it. And there you go. There it is. There it is, guys. I just adjusted the links enough to where I have the chassis sitting exactly where I want it to be. There you go. Hence the reason why, see, it looks a lot closer, but once I adjust it, it's where it has to be. So, you know, I can adjust the chassis. I just put the chassis exactly where it's supposed to go on here. And I just adjusted the rear links, the rear lower links. That's where the links are going to be. I can cut the tubing, put them on, but I kind of don't want to yet because I want to cut out I want to make the upper links for it, before I end up doing the tubing for the lower links. Now, I could go ahead and do the fronts. I'm going to hold off on the fronts right now because that'll be in the next video. I don't want to have this project linger, meaning I don't want it to get too out of hand with Land Rover episode 10 that I'm still working on this thing. I don't want to do that. I want to try to get this thing done soon. I want to try to get this thing done early enough because we're already in October. It's October 6th. I kind of do not want to wait till next spring to be able to get this thing out. I want to try to enjoy it now before it gets too cold out. So all I'm waiting for now is for these to come in. I only have this one and another one that's here. I only have two. I'm waiting for these to come in. I think I ordered 10, 20, something like that. I know I ordered them RC 4-wheel drive. I ordered them from Amazon, but RC 4-wheel drive. That's where I got them from. But these right here is ones that I had, and I only have two of them. So I had to order more, order them. What else? So, the other thing that is going to be coming up in a future video is I have the battery tray and skid plate for the Red Cat Raptor Red Cat, for the Gen 8 Raptor. There you go. For the Gen 8 Raptor, I had gotten this. It's still in the packaging, as you guys can see. It is the skid plate with, look at that, nice and flat. There is no belly. I was thinking about cutting the belly off of that one, off of the stock one, but I kind of didn't want to. I didn't want to. So, went on the Red Cat's website. Actually, I had went onto their website, yes. Looked for them. They didn't have them. So, there was a thing on there to notify me, email me when these came in. As soon as they came in, I ordered it, and I have it. So, that'll be a future project that is going to get done on the Gen 8 Raptor. What else? I am going to continue I am going to continue working on the Land Rover here. So, like I said, the links for this are basically the rear links. I just got to make the upper links. I was thinking about saying screw it and just doing a 3-link rear. But I'm going to keep it a 4-link rear for the articulation on it. You get way better articulation with a 4-link, I believe. You guys might say something different. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, let me move that side of the way. The front of the truck here this side right here used to have this fog light. It was really just glued on there, like so. Ooh, sorry. It was just glued on there. What I have is these. I've had these when I got my very first RC crawler, which was the Axial Dingo kit. These actually came with the kit. I didn't use them on that build because I was not expecting to keep that Dingo body on the Dingo kit for a long period of time. And that's when I got the idea of putting an F250 body on it, which I did. It's still here. I still got it. So the very first SCX10, that's what these are from. So what I'm going to do with this is basically, one is going on here. You know, it'd be nice if my fat fingers weren't in the way so you guys can see. So one is going there, and one there. The other one here with LEDs on. So I'm basically, oh, there you go. I'm going to put those on. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. This is basically all I have for this episode. So I know I said it in the beginning of the video. I'm going to say it again. Hit that like button, subscribe so you can see more content that's going to be coming out. As of right now, that's it. That's all I got for you. So everybody, keep RCing. You guys have a good one. If it's your first time here, thanks for watching. See you next time.